Good morning, all. Today we'll be starting a new chapter, that is pronoun. Now, first thing about pronoun is that they are the words which we use in place of a noun. When we want to replace a noun, there we use words like he, she, it, they, her. So these words are called pronoun. Example is given in front of you. Anisha is a brilliant girl. Anisha is a student of class 8th D. Anisha is the favorite student of all the teachers. So here I have used a word Anisha two times. So instead of using this word Anisha again and again, we can use some other words. Now come to this line. Anisha is a brilliant girl. She is a student of class 8th D. She is the favorite student of all the teachers. Now, instead of using this word Anisha, I have replaced this Anisha word with a word that is she. So, the words like she, he, it, they, which are used in place of nouns, are called pronoun. Then, the kinds of pronoun. There are so many types of pronouns. The first one is personal pronoun, as the name itself is saying that person. Now, when we are talking about any person or thing, then that comes under the category of personal pronoun. Now, this personal pronoun is again classified into three categories: first person, second person, and then third person. When we are talking about the person who is speaking, there we will be using first person like I, and when we are talking about plural form, there we will be using we. Then next come second person pronoun. Now second person is the person about whom or to whom we are talking, or the person spoken to, हम जिससे बात कर रहे हैं, that person is our second person. Here in singular as well as in plural we will be using you. Then comes third person pronoun. When two people are talking about the third person, then that third person will be called he, she, it, and when we are talking about plural, then there we will be using they. Now, third person is the person or thing spoken about. If suppose I am talking to you people about a girl who is studying in class 6, then there I will be using she word for that girl. Then next comes demonstrative pronoun. Demonstrative pronoun. What is the meaning of demonstrate? The meaning of demonstrate is to show or to point out. When we are pointing out the object, or when we are pointing out to something, when we are showing something, there we will use demonstrative pronoun. Now demonstrative pronouns are this, that, these, and those. So when we are talking about a single thing which is nearer to us, there we will be using the word this. Same way, when we are talking about a singular thing which is kept at a distance from the person who is speaking, always remember one thing, that in demonstrative pronoun we talk about position. Position of the thing related with the person who is talking. Now, let's take the example of our classroom. If suppose we all are there in the class and a teacher is standing near the board and she has kept a single book on her table and she is standing near to that, then she will say, "This is my book." When the same book she is keeping at the last table, that is at a distance from her. When that book is far from her and if it is in single quantity, then she will say that book is mine. When if suppose she has brought a bundle of books and she is standing near the table and that bundle is kept on the table only, then she will say these books are mine or these are my books. But when she is keeping the same bundle on the last bench and she is standing near the board, then she will say those are my books. Then third one is interrogative pronoun. What do you mean by the word interrogate? The meaning of interrogate is to ask. When we are asking someone something or when we are questioning someone, there we will be using words like who, what, whom, whose, which, when, where, and one more, how. So these words are called interrogative pronoun. Why do we call these words interrogative pronoun? Because when we are giving the answers, there the answer we will get in the form of a noun or in the form of a pronoun. Let's come to this. Who bought this book? The answer provided to this will be my friend bought this book, she bought this book, or Ria bought this book. Here we are using a noun or a pronoun. So these words when we are talking about which gives the answer in a form of a noun or pronoun are called interrogative pronoun. Then next is reflexive pronoun and emphasizing pronoun. We often get confused between reflexive pronoun and emphasizing pronoun. Why? Because they use words like myself, yourself, ourself, their selves, herself, himself. So in the both reflexive as well as emphasizing we use words like this. But what is the actual difference between these two? The difference between these two is that when we are talking about reflexive pronoun, here the subject as well as the object is the same person. Here the action is being received by the same person who is doing the action. वो एक्शन भी उसी इंसान पे हो रहा है जो ये एक्शन कर रहा है. लाइक आई हर्ट माई सेल्फ, मैंने खुद को ही नुकसान पहुंचाया. सो द एक्शन इज डन बाय द स्पीकर और द सब्जेक्ट एंड द एक्शन इज डन अपॉन द सब्जेक्ट ओनली. सो हेयर द सब्जेक्ट as well as the object is same. Reflexive means you can say that it is a mirror sort of thing. Like mirror में हमें अपनी ही इमेज दिखती है. Same way in reflexive pronoun we use the words which reflect to us only. Moving to emphasizing. In emphasizing pronoun we use subject as well as object which are totally different. Now here the subject will be totally different from the object used. You can see the example. I did the homework myself. Here, who is doing the action? I. And what is he doing? He is doing the homework. So here he is not working on himself, not on his body. He is writing something on a book. He is not writing on his body. So here, I did the homework myself. Subject and object are two different things. So here, when we are emphasizing on something, there we will be using the words emphasizing pronoun. Coming to next example, she painted the picture herself. उसने खुद picture paint की, but she did not paint herself. So when she painted, she is the subject. What she painted? She painted the picture. So the picture is object. So two different things are there. There we will say emphasizing pronoun. Next, our chart is given for you all. so that it will be easy for you to recognize which word is used for which one. For first person pronoun, when we are talking about single thing or subject, we use I. Same way, when we are talking about first person plural, for subject we use we. When talking about second person singular, we use you. Second person plural, I told you, you only. Third person pronoun, for boys or for male we use he. For female we use she. For non-living or for some things we use it. When we are talking about plural form, whether it is male, whether it is female, whether a thing, we use they. Same way when we talk about objects, when we are talking about first person pronoun, there we will be using me. Second person singular, you. First person plural, us. Second person plural, you. And for male, him, female, her. Third thing, it. And for plural, we use them. Now, indefinite pronoun. Next category is indefinite pronoun. Indefinite pronoun, as the name itself is suggesting, indefinite means which is not specific. Now, when we are not referring to a particular thing, when we are talking about something in general, there we will be using indefinite pronoun. A pronoun that does not refer to any person, amount or thing in particular, like anything, something, anyone, everyone. There we also use words like everybody, somebody, nobody, all, much, none. When we are talking about singular thing, there we'll be using something, somebody, anybody, nobody, nothing, anyone. When we are talking about plural, there we'll be using words like both, few, many, several. And for both singular or plural, we can use all, most, none, any and some. A chart is given to you. Here you can see that I have given the categories. Singular we use another, anyone, anything, each, either, enough, everyone. For plural we use both, few, fewer, many, other, several. And for both we use all, any, more, most, none, and many are there. Then next comes possessive pronoun. Possessive pronoun shows the possession, the thing that belongs to someone. When we are showing that something belongs to someone, there we use words like mine, yours, his, hers, ours, yours, there to show the possession. You can come to this example. This pen is my pen. This pen is my pen, not your pen. So instead of elaborating the sentence using words like my pen, your pen, I'll simply say this pen is mine, not yours. So words like mine and yours, which shows the possession of something, are the example of possessive pronoun. Now, next comes a relative pronoun. Relative pronoun are the words or the pronoun which relate a noun to a group of words, in which we use words like who, which, that. Now, when we are talking about words like who, which, that, we'll be telling, suppose I'm saying the shopkeepers or two shopkeepers who had offered attractive discounts did brisk business. Here I have used shopkeepers, a plural form, and I have used a word who. So here in relative pronoun we use words like who, which, that to relate some pronoun. Now, who is used for persons? When we are talking about a person or persons, we will be using who. Which is used, the word which is used for things or non-living things and animals. Example, the house which had been sold or which had been lying vacant for a long time has been sold off. So here we are talking about on a non-living thing and using a word which. Then comes that. That word is used after adjectives in the superlative degrees also. When we are talking about superlative degrees, there we use words like that. And that is used when we are talking about person as well as things. For example, I have lost the watch that, here I am talking about the watch, a non-living thing, that my father presented me. The watch which was given to me by my father. Then here I am talking about next example. This time the man that I was taking about. Now here, this is the man that I was talking about. Here I am using a word this and that. Here that word is used for representing a living thing. So when we are talking about living thing, we use who as well as that. When we are talking about non-living things, we use words like which or that. Then one more thing, we also use words like what. And this word what has no antecedent. Now, antecedent means like here, who is used for person, that and what, it is not used in any way, it is used in nominative as well as objective cases. Like that is used when antecedents means a person or animal. But what is used when we have no antecedent? Okay, now what is the meaning of antecedent? The noun and pronoun immediately before the relative pronoun are called antecedent. The noun and pronoun immediately before the relative pronoun. Here, like, come to this example. If I am talking about this example, the farmer who had no work. So here the relative pronoun is who, and here I am using the word the farmer. So the farmer is the noun which is coming immediately before the relative pronoun who. So who has an antecedent, that is the farmer. Now when we have antecedents, there we will be using words like which, that and who. But what is the word which has no antecedent? Like, let me give you an example. What cannot be cured must be endured. Now what, here I am not referring to anything. What cannot be cured must be endured. So here I am not talking about anything, any noun or any pronoun with what. So what has no antecedent. What refers to things only, but it is never used with any antecedent. Thank you all.